What if I told you that multiple souls could exist within a single body? A person might speak in 3 different voices, carry 3 different names, embody 3 distinct personalities, and even follow 3 separate religious beliefs? Modern science refers to this as dissociative identity disorder, DID, a complex psychological phenomenon. But in many ancient cultures, such manifestations were seen as a sign of soul inhabitation, memories from past lives, or the embodiment of supernatural entities. So, what is the truth? In this video, we will unravel the mystery of multiple personalities, where the lines between mind, soul, and reality begin to blur. Dissociative identity disorder, DID, also known as multiple personality disorder, is a rare but severe mental health condition officially recognized by leading medical organizations such as the American Psychiatric Association, APA, and the World Health Organization, WHO. According to the DSM-5, DID is characterized by the presence of 2 or more distinct personality states within the same individual, accompanied by abnormal memory gaps that cannot be explained by ordinary forgetfulness. These identities, also known as alters, can differ significantly in gender, age, voice, habits, and even belief systems. According to the World Health Organization, WHO, dissociative identity disorder, DID, involves a significant disruption in a person's sense of identity, self-agency, memory, and cognitive functioning. Modern studies using functional magnetic resonance imaging have shown that when a different personality takes over, there are actual changes in brain activity, disproving the common misconception that DID is merely pretend or imagined. Unlike schizophrenia, individuals with DID are not dominated by hallucinations. Instead, they experience a fragmentation of the self and a profound disconnection within. According to the American Psychological Association, people with DID often describe the sensation of having different voices in their head, as if multiple people are living within one body. They have no control over when another personality might emerge and often have no memory of what that alternate identity has done. One of the core factors contributing to dissociative identity disorder is severe, prolonged psychological trauma, especially during childhood, when the brain is still developing the regions responsible for self-identity, memory, and cognitive regulation. Among individuals diagnosed with DID in the United States, Canada, and Europe, approximately 90% have a history of childhood abuse or neglect. Most DID patients have experienced serious physical, emotional, or sexual abuse in their early years. When faced with overwhelming pain, young children often lack the cognitive or verbal capacity to process, express, or overcome intense emotions. In these moments, the brain is forced to disconnect in order to survive. This mechanism is known as dissociation. According to the American Psychiatric Association, APA, dissociation is the mind's natural response to psychological trauma, separating consciousness from a painful reality. This process creates gaps in memory or personal identity, allowing the individual to forget or become someone else during moments of extreme suffering. From the perspective of modern medicine, dissociative identity disorder, DID, is seen as a consequence of deep psychological trauma, often rooted in early childhood. However, many ancient cultures and Eastern spiritual traditions offer a different interpretation. Could it be the phenomenon of multiple souls residing in a single body? From a spiritual viewpoint, DID is not merely a disorder. It is viewed as a manifestation of soul fragmentation, a state in which the soul becomes divided as a result of intense emotional trauma, as referenced in traditional shamanic healing and various Eastern doctrines. In Tibetan Buddhism and shamanic traditions, the human soul is not seen as a singular entity, but as a composite of multiple layers: the present self, the subconscious, karmic imprints, and even memories from past lives. When a person experiences severe psychological trauma, a part of the soul may leave the body as a form of self-protection, resulting in memory loss, behavioral changes, or the formation of a new personality. In guided regression therapy and mediative states, some DID patients have reported experiences resembling possession, or the sense that someone else is inside their head, a phenomenon that closely aligns with descriptions of spiritual possession, as studied in the field of transpersonal, psychological, and spiritual studies. Psychologists and spiritual therapist Edith Fiore, in her book The Unquiet Dead, 1987, describes in detail numerous cases in which patients exhibiting symptoms similar to multiple personality disorder were, in her view, actually victims of earthbound spirits. She refers to this phenomenon as spiritual attachment, when a spirit that does not belong to the host body nonetheless resides within it, influencing the person's emotions, behavior, voice, and even physical condition. In her therapy sessions, Fiore could communicate with the entity through the patient and attempt to persuade the spirit to leave. Many of her patients reported that once this process was completed, the strange personalities disappeared and their mental state stabilized, as if they had been freed from a spiritual parasite. Some spiritual scholars believe that not all personalities are external souls. Sometimes they are fragmented parts of the individual's own soul that have become independently conscious. This is known as soul fragmentation, a condition in which weakened, traumatized pieces of the soul break away to survive on their own and eventually speak out as distinct personalities. According to shamanic traditions, when a person undergoes severe emotional trauma, a part of the soul may leave the body as a protective mechanism. If not healed, that fragment can evolve into a separate inner entity, often experienced as a stranger in the mind. Some exceptional cases suggest that these personalities may originate from alternate planes of consciousness, what Eastern spiritual philosophy refers to as multidimensional layers of awareness. According to this view, the soul is eternal and does not live just one life, but experiences multiple incarnations across different times and spaces. When the present soul is deeply wounded, memories or aspects of a past life may surface to help it cope with current challenges. This phenomenon often appears during past life regression therapy, where some patients under deep hypnosis begin to exhibit entirely different personalities, speak unknown languages, or relive events from centuries ago. Remarkably, many of these accounts align with verified historical details. Whether viewed through the lens of science or spirituality, DID raises profound questions about the nature of the self. When a single body can hold multiple voices, memories, and fragments of different souls, can we still speak of a unified identity? Perhaps DID is not merely a disorder. It may be a mirror reflecting the extraordinary resilience of the human mind, its ability to split in order to survive, to transform in order to heal, and to preserve distant echoes from the past. Whether they belong to earlier lifetimes or unseen dimensions beyond rational understanding, in the midst of chaos, the self does not disappear. It simply begins to rewrite itself, piece by piece, through fragments that have long waited to be heard.